Leonardo da Vinci was born on April 15, 1452, in a small town called Vinci, in Italy. His full name was Leonardo di Ser Piero da Vinci, which means Leonardo, son of Piero, from Vinci. He was born outside of marriage, and because of this, he did not receive a traditional formal education. However, this never stopped him from learning. In fact, his unusual childhood helped him become more curious, independent, and creative. From a very young age, Leonardo showed deep interest in the natural world. He loved to observe everything around him. He watched birds flying in the sky, studied insects crawling on leaves, followed the flow of rivers, and looked closely at clouds, stones, and plants. He believed that nature was the greatest teacher. Instead of only reading books, he learned by watching, touching, and experimenting. As a child, Leonardo spent most of his time outdoors. He explored forests, hills, and fields. He carefully studied animals and tried to understand how they moved. He asked endless questions about life. Why do birds fly? How does water move? What makes the human body work? His curiosity had no limits. These early observations later helped him become a great artist, scientist, and inventor. Leonardo was especially talented in drawing. He could draw objects, people, and animals with amazing detail. His sketches were so realistic that they looked alive. His father noticed his talent and decided to help him develop it. When Leonardo was about 14 years old, his father took him to Florence, one of the most important cities of art and culture in Italy. There, Leonardo became an apprentice in the workshop of a famous artist and sculptor named Andrea del Verrocchio. In Verrocchio's workshop, Leonardo learned many skills. He practiced painting, sculpting, metalwork, wood carving, engineering, and mechanical design. He also studied mathematics, geometry, and perspective. He worked long hours and carefully observed every detail. His dedication and talent soon made him stand out among other students. One famous story says that Leonardo painted an angel in one of Verrocchio's paintings. The angel was so beautifully painted that it looked more alive than the rest of the artwork. When Verrocchio saw this, he realized that his student had become more skilled than him. Some stories say that he never painted again after that. Whether this story is true or not, it clearly shows how extraordinary Leonardo's talent was. Leonardo believed that true knowledge comes from direct observation. He did not blindly accept traditional beliefs. Instead, he tested ideas through experiments. He wrote thousands of notes in his notebooks, filled with drawings, questions, calculations, and creative thoughts. His notebooks show sketches of plants, animals, machines, human anatomy, and flying devices. These notebooks reveal the mind of a man who was always thinking, always learning, and always exploring. One of Leonardo's greatest interests was the human body. He wanted to understand how muscles, bones, and organs worked together. At a time when studying dead bodies was considered dangerous and forbidden, Leonardo secretly dissected human corpses. He carefully studied muscles, nerves, bones, and internal organs. He drew extremely detailed anatomical sketches that are still admired by doctors and scientists today. His drawings were far ahead of his time and helped improve medical knowledge. Leonardo also studied the movement of water, the shape of waves, and the flow of rivers. He designed systems to control floods and improve irrigation. He studied geology and understood how mountains, valleys, and rocks were formed. He observed light and shadow, learning how they affect the appearance of objects. This knowledge helped him create realistic paintings with depth and emotion. Another area of great interest for Leonardo was flight. He carefully watched birds and bats. He studied the movement of their wings and the shape of their bodies. He believed that humans could one day fly. Based on his observations, he designed many flying machines, including winged devices, gliders, and early helicopter-like machines. Although these machines were never built during his lifetime, they inspired future inventors and engineers. Leonardo also created designs for military machines. He designed tanks, armored vehicles, giant crossbows, and advanced weapons. However, he personally disliked war. He believed that war brought destruction and suffering. Still, he worked on these designs to earn money and protect his patrons. Throughout his life, Leonardo worked for many powerful leaders and rulers. He traveled between cities like Florence, Milan, Rome, and later France. Wherever he went, People admired his intelligence and creativity. He worked as an artist, engineer, architect, and scientific advisor. Leonardo was known for his perfectionism. He wanted everything he created to be perfect. This sometimes caused him to work very slowly. He often spent years on a single project. He carefully studied every detail, corrected small mistakes, and tried to improve constantly. Because of this, he left many works unfinished. However, even his unfinished projects were full of genius. Despite his fame, Leonardo lived a simple life. He loved animals and was known to buy birds from markets just to set them free. He respected nature and believed all living beings deserved kindness. He dressed neatly, enjoyed music, and loved intelligent conversations. He was friendly, curious, and gentle in character. Leonardo's mind never rested. Even when he walked, ate, or relaxed, he observed and thought deeply. He believed that learning should continue throughout life. He once said that people who stop learning become old, regardless of their age. By the time he became older, Leonardo was already famous across Europe. Kings and nobles invited him to their courts. They respected his wisdom and valued his advice. In his final years, Leonardo moved to France at the invitation of King Francis I. There, he spent his days teaching, drawing, and reflecting on life. Leonardo died in 1519, at the age of 67. Although he left this world centuries ago, his ideas, art, and discoveries continue to influence humanity. Today, he is remembered as one of the greatest geniuses of all time. The life of Leonardo da Vinci teaches us that curiosity, observation, and imagination can change the world. His journey from a small village boy to a legendary thinker shows that greatness does not depend on formal education alone, but on passion, dedication, and a desire to understand life. As Leonardo da Vinci grew older, his reputation as a brilliant artist and thinker spread far and wide. People from different cities spoke about his talent, intelligence, and creativity. Powerful rulers, rich families, and kings wanted him to work for them. Wherever he went, he amazed everyone with his deep knowledge and extraordinary imagination. One of Leonardo's greatest achievements in art was the painting known as the Mona Lisa. This portrait of a woman with a mysterious smile became the most famous painting in the world. Leonardo worked on this painting for many years, carefully studying every detail of the face, eyes, and lips. He used soft shading and gentle colors to create a lifelike appearance. The woman's calm expression and subtle smile make people feel curious and emotional at the same time. Even today, millions of visitors travel long distances just to see this single artwork. Another legendary creation by Leonardo is The Last Supper, a large mural painting that shows the dramatic moment when Jesus tells his disciples that one of them will betray him. Leonardo studied human emotions deeply to capture the reactions of each person. Fear, shock, anger, sadness, and confusion can all be seen clearly on their faces. This painting became a masterpiece because of its emotional power and realistic human expressions. Despite damage over time, it remains one of the greatest artworks in history. Leonardo always searched for perfection. He believed that art should not only look beautiful but also express deep meaning. He spent countless hours studying light, shadow, perspective, and anatomy. He wanted his paintings to reflect real life as closely as possible. Because of this, he often worked slowly and carefully, sometimes spending days thinking before making a single brushstroke. In addition to painting, Leonardo devoted much of his time to scientific research and invention. His notebooks contain thousands of pages filled with sketches, diagrams, and written observations. These notebooks reveal a mind that never stopped questioning. He studied engineering, mechanics, architecture, mathematics, biology, geology, and astronomy. Few people in history have explored so many fields with such depth and curiosity. Leonardo designed machines that were far ahead of his time. He created drawings of flying machines inspired by birds, early versions of helicopters, parachutes, and gliders. He believed that humans could one day fly and spent years trying to understand the science behind it. Although his flying machines were never built during his lifetime, they laid the foundation for future inventions in aviation. He also designed armored vehicles, tanks, advanced weapons, and mechanical devices. Some of his designs resemble modern machines used today. His ideas showed a deep understanding of motion, force, and mechanical principles. Even modern engineers are impressed by the accuracy and creativity of his designs. Leonardo's curiosity extended to the study of water. He observed rivers, waves, and flowing streams. He designed systems to improve irrigation, prevent floods, and control water movement. He believed water was the driving force of nature and studied its behavior with great passion. His research helped improve engineering and environmental understanding. Leonardo also studied the human body in great detail. His anatomical drawings are among the most accurate of his time. He carefully dissected bodies and documented the structure of muscles, bones, nerves, and organs. His drawings showed how the heart, lungs, and brain worked. These studies greatly advanced medical science and are still respected today. Despite his brilliance, Leonardo often struggled to finish projects. His curiosity constantly led him to explore new ideas before completing old ones. Many of his works remained unfinished. However, even his incomplete projects displayed extraordinary intelligence and creativity. His mind was always moving forward, searching for new challenges and discoveries. Leonardo's personality was gentle and thoughtful. He loved animals and believed all living beings deserved respect. It is said that he often bought birds from markets just to set them free. He followed a simple lifestyle and avoided unnecessary luxury. He enjoyed music, poetry, and deep conversations. He believed that kindness, wisdom, and knowledge should guide human behavior. In his later years, Leonardo moved to France after receiving an invitation from King Francis I. The king greatly admired him and treated him with honor and respect. Leonardo spent his final years in a peaceful environment, surrounded by books, drawings, and students. He continued to teach, experiment, and create until his health began to decline. Even in old age, Leonardo's mind remained sharp and curious. He reflected deeply on life, nature, and the purpose of human existence. He believed that true happiness comes from learning, understanding, and creating. He encouraged young students to observe carefully, ask questions, and never accept ignorance. Leonardo passed away in 1519 at the age of 67. His death marked the end of a remarkable life, but his influence continued to grow. Over the centuries, his artworks, scientific studies, and inventions have inspired millions of people across the world. Today, he is regarded as the greatest symbol of the Renaissance, a period marked by the rebirth of art, science, and knowledge. The legacy of Leonardo da Vinci lives on in museums, universities, laboratories, and art studios. His paintings continue to move hearts, his scientific studies still educate minds, and his inventions inspire modern technology. Leonardo's life teaches us that curiosity has no limits. He showed that one human being can explore many fields and excel in each one. His story encourages us to observe the world carefully, think deeply, ask meaningful questions, and never stop learning. Even after more than 500 years, Leonardo remains a symbol of human potential. His journey reminds us that imagination, dedication, and passion can lead to greatness. Through his art, science, and ideas, Leonardo da Vinci changed the way we see the world forever.